Happy Monday, everybody, and also Juneteenth. This is Crypto and Coffee with your trading bros. I'm your host, Clutch Crypto. The New York market is closed today, but hey, man, we've been seeing a lot of activity from the whales during the closed sessions, and we still have the UK is still open. So let's jump into the chart, see what we're anticipating over the next course of the next couple hours while the UK is still open, and maybe see if we can get a little bit of long-term play for the next 24 hours to see. Are we going to return to those new lows or that we had over the weekend? Or is this the bounce and are we finally headed to the upside? So let's take a look at it and see if we can come up with a good hypothesis. B. Wellington, what you got?
Good job. A good hypothesis. You learned some words
Yeah,
over the
man,
weekend. Man, look at you. Yeah, so happy Juneteenth, everybody. Just wanted to say that. But the markets behave very strangely over the week. Not strangely. I mean, this is exactly what we've been talking about, which is the setup. The setup is playing out. Like we mentioned, here is kind of where we have to make the decision, though, as far as the setup is concerned, because, and this is on the ETH USD chart. We've had these consecutive, this is the daily, we've had these consecutive days, down days. And so we're expecting a positive move up. And so we've had this kind of this volume stopping candle here, and then this move to the upside so far, which is, is very expected. The only thing I'll say about this move here is that it really hasn't, there really hasn't been a whole lot of volume, around this move. And so normally at the end of these moves, you have a capitulating wick that then turns around and moves up, fairly quickly, out of the zone. But this is on the daily. So, it's going to take a lot of volume over the next, however many hours, 10 hours in order to, get this into any type of volume play. But so far, it looks like a pretty weak move to the upside, which is expected. I mean, we still have the macro environment that's out there. So, in order for these things to move, liquidity needs to come in the market. And I don't know if that liquidity is out there just yet, or people are willing to put that liquidity out there just yet. And so, as Clutch talked about, we do have the low of 875, that came in. If we can go to this, let me go to my other chart, which has my trend lines. Look at this. Look at all these fucking lines, man. Let me all these lines are basically just zones that we've either been through previously, or are looking to get back into. So I'll clean some of this up since we're not in that range just yet. But we did come and
Man, we tapped that trend line, didn't we?
We tapped the trend line, which is very expected. Also expect us to come back and tap this trend line, because normally what happens, let's just talk probability. We come down, we hit these trend lines, right? We probably trapped a lot of shorts going into this area, pushed out of this area, take out those stops. And so, within these vector candles, you probably have some folks that went long, then pull back, come back up for trapping these shorts here. And so this is just going to be a game. And so I expect or anticipate, something like, let's see.
No, you had it path, yeah. Right there.
Where's my, oh, there it is. I'm all over the place today.
That's okay. It's Monday.
It is Monday. I can't see because of our thing. Where's our path? Here it is.
Yeah, that
here
one.
it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you
go. Here it is. So we've had this move here to the downside. What the fuck, man?
I don't know. You just shit broker or what?
That move here, and then we've had that move here. I expect us to come back down into these zones. Yeah, let me move. What did I do, Brandon?
I don't know.
We're just gonna get off of that chart. We'll edit that part out. But look, here we go. Boom. We've had this move here. I expect us to reject off of here, come back down, probably move back up. I mean, this is a very simplistic part, but this would be in line with that trend line. So I expect something like that, this week. may not play out exactly, but I do expect us to come back down and touch this that
You
trend
should
line
leave that just to
that
see
was
how
on the
close
other
it
chart.
gets.
I mean, I had it on there last night, and I said, well, I was going to leave it, but then I didn't. So, um, and so this move right here, I expect. But then after that, I do expect us to, kind of move out of this zone pretty aggressively, right? So if we move out of this zone pretty aggressively, I would imagine that that's going to be, kind of what brings us back into, this 800 here, and then we'll have to see kind of what happens when we get to that 800 because, of course, this being on the hourly, I mean, we haven't touched that 800 in a while, and so since it crossed over, and so it'll be interesting to see what it does when it reacts up there for the first time. If we go to things like the 14-minute that we like to take a look at as well, um, kind of same story, just in a smaller time frame. But this move here, I mean, this looks choppy right here. I mean, we've had this move in the Sydney session, came back up, brought it back down. That kind of had aggressive here, kind of broke this peak, because you probably had some shorts or some longs that were trapped here. Came back up, pulled back down to the daily open. And so it'd be, we'll just have to see what it is. It's Monday. New York's not open. There's a lot of things that, are pretty inconsistent, but, this has crossed over. So conceivably, we could see a cross and a move to the upside, or we could see a cross and a move to the downside. But the 800 has given us a lot of resistance. And so, we just have to be mindful, of that, as well. So I think I've, fucked this chart up enough. Let's move on to, to Coin Analyze, where we've got perpetuals at 3.4 billion. I mean, they've taken a lot of money out of the market. A lot of liquidations have happened, a lot of capitulation in the market, and we've kind of built up. So, we don't have too much. 3.4 on the perpetual side is something that we don't see haven't seen very often. I've never seen us go below 3 billion. And of course, every time we say that we've never seen something, and generally
We see it
happen. We do see it. But this open interest that's building can be long volume or short, or not long volume, but long positions or short positions. So any increase could be on the short side as well, even though we know how longs like to get on board fairly quickly. And would you look at that? We've got a very mixed board overall. And if you look at the aggregate, we are positive overall aggregate wise. And so, that would tell you that a lot of people are buying the dip. A lot of people still believe in crypto as far as it moving forward. I see a lot now of folks that are not believing in the narrative of the macro environment. And so, that's going to be a little concerning. If we look at what's going on this week, news-wise, today's the 20th. And so, again, this is a holiday, Juneteenth. We do have some, James Bullard comes out and speaks. We've got existing home sales that are coming out. We've got a lot of comments, right? A lot of comments coming out this week. So, there could be some news, some quotes that come out to really generate some activity. We've got testimony, S&P Global Services, PMI, manufacturing, current account deficit. I mean, we still got some good news coming out. So probably towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, but be careful on Wednesday, because anytime, Jerome Powell comes out and says something, it's taken, one way or the other. Institutions like to use that information. If we look at the futures, which are open, I think I saw it before. It was like 200. This may be on an automated, since the market's not open, but we did see futures before that. They are open. They were positive. So, and then we've got some news stories that's out about the economic forecast. Economy will ground to a halt in the second half of 2023. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. There's a nearly 75% chance of Fed triggers a U.S. recession. I mean, I think that's already in the cards.
Oh, that's already in play, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what these people aren't getting on board with, but that's all I got. But the macro environment is a shit show right now, and so is crypto, right? Like crypto is a little bit of a shit show. You've got Celsius, you've got talks of all these people depegging. Sam Friedman, FTX had to come in and bail out Solana the other day. I mean, he's basically acting as the government, would in bailing out some of these crypto projects. And good for him because I do a little bit of Solana. Nobody wants to see that go zero, but
Right.
but I think based upon how many people are still getting on board with crypto, as these things drop, I do think that we've got some more downside to go, and I think we'll pop off of that trend line that we looked at. But how that looks like over the long term, just keep your Schultz ready, baby.
Hey man, this is just a cycle, and we're getting close to the bottom. A bottom that we've been calling for a while, by the way. And
I mean,
this
look
is
at that already. Look at that long liquidations versus short liquidations.
yeah,
Look at
yeah, yeah.
That was so lopsided.
Right. Yeah, this is totally something I want to talk about this morning was the fact. So we had that nice little drop that took us down into that 875 area over the weekend. Markets were still closed. And then look at how quick we got a reversal out of there. Look at how quickly we're in positive, cumulative liquidation delta right here, because we're already positive 4.47 billion when we were literally in like negative 13 billion dollar negative last week. And you can see that we have a lot more long liquidations now than we do short liquidations. This is incredible how quick this thing bounces back. But this is also just a really good indication on how quickly this trap is formed too. So, I think I'm definitely with you here. This does look trappy. We may see a little bit higher highs than what we're currently looking at, but I do expect that we're definitely going to retest that 875 like you talked about. And then, my personal opinion, I think we're going to see, us breaking down below 600 as well. I'm looking at 582, man. That's my target.
Yeah, but so let me ask you this. Do you think we'll have a significant move to the upside before we move to the downside and reach that target?
Well, we technically should. However, we've really taken in long-term liquidity plays and orders to really help us determine direction and whatnot. And here's the thing, B. Wellington. Yes, I think we should have that pump because that's what traditionally the pattern structure and everything is supposed to look like. But man, unless something just recently happened here, when we look out, we don't have any targets to the upside whatsoever. Nothing. Everything.
Well, and that's my point, is that's the perfect time for them when there is no targets that are up there, when everybody thinks it's going to zero, to get that secondary pump, that secondary, bull trap that I think a lot of people are expecting. I think they were expecting it at, 1,700 when we were there. We're down here at, 1,100. There's a lot of people that are still, there's more people that are short, but there's still a lot of people that are positive relative to crypto. And so if we get down to that low and it comes back up, I think you'll see a lot of people get on board, right? Maybe they let that ride a little bit before they, bring it down. It's going to be heart wrenching though. It's going to be gut wrenching because they're going to make people believe, man. They're going to make people believe that this bitch is on the way back up.
I totally, like I said, I totally agree with you there, but there's nothing out here supporting that we're going to see anything going up right now that I see. So that's where we have it. Look, folks, we got 800, we got a 20,000 orders. 400, we have 36,000 orders. These are going to be key areas for support when we get there. And this is these are limited orders.
Oh, we're
as well.
coming back. We're coming back.
So
down.
these orders, can get pulled at any given minute. So, but like I said, there's nothing up here. Like this has been really the craziest last couple of weeks.
Are you supposed to be on Bookmap or High Block?
I'm supposed to be on Bookmap.
Okay, you're still on High Block.
Okay. Well, let's fix that.
Because you started putting your cursor moving around. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing up there because you're on the top of the screen.
You can't see it. Anyway, here, you can see it in a minute. The show can see it. That's all we got, folks, until tomorrow, next time. Same time, same place. AM.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Oh man, he's being mean today.
That wasn't me.